might be a little sleepy, I guess. Hello, welcome. I was still setting up stuff because I don't know what I'm gonna doodle. But I am also reminded of something. Let me just find the picture. I am reminded of something Twisted Wonderland related to Yap about. If things would like to load, please. Thank you. Give me the picture, please. Anyway, Ortho has a new card coming out soon. And I'm trying to find the picture. I guess that can work too while I try to find the Ortho picture. Ask away, please. Also, I am now a Silver stan. Silver's a good boy. Very, very good boy. Yeah. Where is Ortho, please? I know I've seen it. I know they announced it from the official account. Where's that? Where is that account that posts the subway pictures of the Twisted? I need it right now because that's like probably the only quality image I can find of the card before it drops. Where is my boy? Yeah, he looks so cute. Hold on, let me just find Finally, I'm getting closer to finding this image. It's not the highest quality, and it has other stuff on it, but it'll do. It'll do because it's like an official image from the account. Let me just put that there. That was loud. And then make that bigger. You see him in the middle? See the boy? He's ready to go camping! I need to find the full image. I don't know. People are busy. I mean, I'm very consistent with when I stream anyway, but like, it's in the middle of the afternoon, and I'm jobless at the moment. But yeah. Ortho SSR coming out, and he looks adorable. I love the fact that it looks like he's wearing shorts and leggings. Like, like, I'm still trying to find, income. I will not give up. I must make money for ortho. And when I do find a higher quality image of ortho's new card, and when like the live 2D model gets ripped from the game, I'm gonna draw him. Because unlike all the other cool, amazing artists out there who are able to look at this tiny image and figure out how to draw him, I cannot. Like, I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't know, because I can't see the full thing. But we can still do a little bit of like a question thing if you want. I'm just gonna try and doodle stuff. No real thoughts. We're just hanging out, you know? It's okay, I can't draw either. Head empty, cannot think. Yeah. Look at this Muppet. You shouldn't criticize yourself, you're actually an amazing artist. Oh, thank you. I do my best. Although it is kind of hard to break yourself out of that mindset of always comparing yourself to other people. But I try. I forget what stalking looks like. I don't know why I feel like drawing stalking right now. Yeah. This will probably disappear because I don't know what I'm doing. Loading. I don't come back, I'll be back for the next live. I'll tell you that. That'll be Tuesday. I still need to figure out what to do Tuesday. I kinda wanna do another silly tier list thing. Because that's always something to do when I don't know what to draw. Just ranking Twisted Wonderland characters for silly things. I just need a topic. I also still need to give Benji a full name. He has no name. No full name. And I must give him one. I guess we draw in Gear Ortho. Oh, you're looking adorable. Well, sometimes I have trouble with his headphones. Goodbye, stalking. I kind of have him in a sitting position. Very cute. is Lucius. Pretend that's a cat. I know how to draw the cat, I just don't feel like drawing it right now. Sometimes it's hard drawing with those things. I feel like I always get the headphones wrong though. But right now, not really. Although this one maybe could use some work, but I don't. I I need his reference. I need his fancy little reference. There we go. Isn't he adorable? Right now I'm just going to give him like the face of a person? Mostly because I feel like I get stumped with the top half of his torso for some reason. I like how this is looking like. There we go. Look at that. It's always like this section that throws me off a little bit. The torso part. this is going to block part of where the shoulder connects to the arm and whatever I'm yapping about. Hello! Welcome back, Mercury. It's a little bit of a chill day, and I've decided to draw my favorite Twisted Wonderland character, who is currently a little Tsum Tsum creature on my shoulder. His name is Ortho. You'll be seeing him a lot here. My favorite little creature. I don't know what I said yesterday about what I was gonna do today, but like, I don't know. Of course you knew me before, I see. Yeah. I remember. I mean, sometimes I have the memory of a goldfish, but I remember sometimes. I acknowledge that I have the memory of a goldfish. I just came back from listening to music. Ah. Nice. Sometimes I'll put on my playlist of like random songs. Gets me a little bit motivated to draw sometimes. Other times I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm trying to think in 3D at the moment. Like, how is this piece going to sit? Maybe I should just draw this part first, just sitting, and then I can figure out the other part. I see. Most of the time I listen to 70s music, like Happiness is Around the Bend, the main ingredient. Right on the Darkness by Curtis Mayfield, and Respect Yourself by Staple Singing. Ah! Nice, nice. I've never really thought too hard about music sometimes. Because, like, I never really... It sounds weird, but I never really think about it. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. My head is kind of, like, all over the place right now. I'm in, like, scatterbrain mode. Mainly because I'm trying to think, how does a leg work again? Which isn't easy to do because then it's like, oh, it's not even a human leg. Trying to think in perspective. I see, I mostly care about groove and soul music, which is why my favorites exist in the soul funk disco of the 70s. Still enjoy some music genres like rock, metal, and EDM. Yeah, I find myself listening to that genre the most. Of like rock music or something. But like I'm a very casual kind of enjoyer. I guess the best way to think about it is like I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert in something that I casually enjoy. What is happening? What is happening with this leg? I mean, I know his legs are chalky, but still. I still enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy metal rock anthems, especially from the 80s. The problem is they get too overplayed to the point that it grows tiring. Yeah. I get it. I get what that means. I guess. I don't know. Overplayed, I guess. Like the Final Countdown by Europe and Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. The problem is they get too overplayed. Yeah. That's how I felt like with Frozen. It's like, when the movie first came out, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of like this movie. It's not what I was expecting, but then you see it everywhere and you're just like, wait a minute, this movie isn't as good as I thought it was. Oh no, I'm late for Bina, hello! We draw an ortho. Look at him. So adorable. I just want to listen to music to connect with different grooves and soul, but when any song gets overplayed, it loses its charm and becomes annoying to listen to. I feel like that can be applied to like anything and everything. How dare YouTube not notify me? YouTube's stupid. At least I'm consistent. I'm a very consistent little creature. I should probably make schedule posts or something. Because if YouTube don't notify people, like, it sucks. Ortho the baby. He's so precious. I love how I drew his face. He looks so soft. Any music genre, especially anime and Vocaloid, which is why I don't appear in any karaoke streams. Anime music and Vocaloid is my favorite genre. And I guess J-Rock. Yeah. Had a weird dream with Pearl again. This is more classic fanfic type. Ooh! Yes. I want to know more about Pearl. The world's fanciest bird. Do I have to listen to that every time? I don't know. Memory of a goldfish. Don't get get me wrong, I do enjoy some 70s Japanese. Yeah. I think I'm getting the perspective on this. After a lot of shenanigans, somehow Azul's human potion got on Pearl and it activated and he didn't get a human form but got super intelligent instead and gained the ability to write. Oh my gosh. It was the most amazing creature ever. I love your brain. It's like Sora to Kuma by Yonen Bayashi, Campus Girl by Hiromi Saki, Tokyo Reggae by Masayoshi Takanaka. I should probably write more things down. Stuff. I am such a casual music enjoyer. Those songs are not found in any anime, but they are fun to listen to because of So during a Q&A with him, Pearl was actually able to answer questions. Would ask, "How do you feel about Vel Schoenheit?" He wrote, "He's my father." What a magical bird. You need to make Don't let your dreams be memes. You have gold here. Just don't pay attention to the other leg. Don't pay attention to the other leg right now. It's just there. I don't know why his legs give me trouble sometimes. was your dream? And he wrote, make a fashion line for birds. We all deserve to be chic, not just the avian-born exotic. So true. All birds deserve to have fancy feathers. Pearl knows what's up. Speaking of chic, I know a band by the same name. That's it. Sorry if I sound like disinterested or something. I'm just very focused on trying to figure out how a sitting position works right now. That band had a lot of my favorite songs, like Le Freak, Good Times, Everybody Dance. Nice. Need to broaden my playlist anyway. Buttons. Loki the goat. Indeed. Pearl is what we need in Twisted Wonderland. I'll go and rest now. Nice meeting you. Bye. Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping by again. I've learned new things, and I appreciate it. Have a nice day. I hope you'll join the cult of Twisted Wonderland. That is my goal. My goal is converting people. I kid. And silly creature. I'll fix that hand later. I don't feel like fixing it right now. It looks funky. Pearl is best character, to be honest. Beauty is a skill earned, not innate or in the genes. Who else will you hear that bang of a line from? Pearl knows what's up. Pearl knows how the world works. I love Pearl. We need to make a fan club just for Pearl. The non-existent pet bird of Bill Schunheit. Man, this hand is turning out very funky, but I think I've come up with like the best solution that drawing hands is kind of like drawing a series of like ovals together to make a hand shape. I think I've cracked the code of hands. But the perspective here is a little funky. At this point it can be an inside joke. Who is your favorite Twist character? Pearl. And then watch them stare in confusion. It's like, who's Pearl? You don't know the deep lore. Only real fans know who Pearl is. Trying to fix the perspective going on over here. But I think I kind of just made it worse. This hand might need to be bigger. And you can be like, how do you not know Pearl? He's the best. And then watch them search and search, find nothing. You do not know the deep lore, which I was there when it was written. I will fix that arm later. What does Lucius look like again? I need to know what the cat looks like. Lazy cat. I would make this into a real fanfic if only I could write the Twist characters. I haven't played the game, as you know, and I can't write characters that aren't mine. I don't want to mischaracterize since I don't know them as well as my OCs. You know what? Understandable. I respect that. draw a cat. Especially this one. Such a distinguished gentleman. Yes. I'll just hide most of it with a fluffy tail. But I want him to look bored. Lump of furball. I have a thing where I will understand a character really well if I know a little bit enough about them, but I can't execute it. That's just not my writing style. I see. I don't want to filter. Oh, that's a cute little sketch. Nice way to end the day. A cute little Ortho and Lucius sketch. They're just chilling. They're hanging out together. Also, just because I understand a character does not mean I will sympathize with them. I still won't care even if I know everything. Honestly, I feel like that's me with, like, Leona. Leona isn't really one of my favorite characters, but I feel like I understand what the point of his character is more than some of the people who claim to like Leona. Except for Cater. I still can't get a grasp on Cater. As a character. Leona is pretty easy to figure out. Also Malleus. Oh my gosh, Malleus. I mean, I like Malleus. He's not exactly, like, in my top favorite characters, but, like, I feel like some people really do not understand Malleus's character. And the point of his character growth so far. It's like, yes, he is kind of like that meme of, like, oh, he looks all scary, but, like, he wouldn't hurt you, but, like, at the same time, he has the temperament of a grown toddler, so, like... and that's what he needs to work on. I understand a bit, I can relate something, but damn, if he was real, I'd fight him. Yeah, exactly. Like, if Malleus was real, you would not be wanting him to be the prince to sweep you off your feet, that's for sure. He's kind of condescending, and I feel like people forget that. Talking about Leona. Yeah. I feel like the joke of Leona being a feminist is kind of stupid. So just because he knows how to talk to a woman doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna treat you nicely. Like, every time we've seen him be nice to a woman in the game, he's doing it to kind of just annoy everybody else. At least from what I've noticed. Like, he does that to just kind of be annoying, like when he's being all nice and helpful with Sally in the Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween event. I hate condescending and sus people. Yeah, people kind of forget Malleus is a bit like a spoiled prince to a certain extent, but he just finds humans amusing rather than being like, oh, they're so weak and pathetic. He's more like, oh, they're weak and they need my help. Like, he's that kind of a person. And don't get me started with the Lily and Malleus debacle, like, oh my gosh. People really be out here thinking Lilia is like the father figure to Malleus, but like, no. Lilia was like Malleus's only best friend in his childhood, because like he was the only other person that was actually treating him more like an equal. Everybody else was afraid of him, like, oh my gosh. If these guys think they can mock me and get away with it, hold my OC lore book, let me at him! Because, like, Malleus is all overpowered and whatever, so he, like, kind of chuckles at everybody else, like, oh, that's so cute, they're trying their best. That's why he's always, like, surprised when, like, one of the other characters is actually good at something. He's like, oh, I wasn't expecting this. You've impressed me. And it's like, okay. Like, you really had zero faith in almost everybody else's abilities other than, like, Silver and Sebek. Like, he only thinks, like, Silver and Sebek are pretty decent at what they do, but at the same time, he's still always pleasantly surprised when they're, like, good at things. He's like, oh, but they're human. They're like little creatures I must protect. Which is kind of funny because, like, Lilia in the not Lilia, but Malleus in the 7.5 update kind of talked about, like, when I first saw Silver, I thought he was an ugly little creature, but he was important to you. So I grew to like him. Just Malleus straight up calling baby Silver ugly. Have characters like Malleus and the others? No, I don't have a bias. I like all of them as characters. But speaking realistically, if any of them were real, I'd fight them all. Exactly. Like, I think characters like Malleus are amusing, but at the same time, it's like, it would be so annoying to deal with somebody like Malleus. Or to deal with, like, any of the first years, too. Except for Ortho. But, like, Ace, I'd probably fight him, too. Or at least, I'd want to fight him. I'm like, why are you so annoying? Stop being mean to me! Deuce, I feel like, is one of the only characters I'd probably try to get along with because he's actually trying his best to be, like, a good boy. With my characters, they're not meant to be 100% likable people. They're meant to be a little screwed in the head. That's the point. I'm not trying to make you like them and think they're cute. Yeah, exactly. That's how you write actually interesting characters. I'm just trying to make you feel intrigued. Yeah. Like, not every character has to be 100% likable goody two-shoes. Because then that's boring. But, like, if they're, like, kind of like a normal person where it's like, oh, they have their flaws and all that. Like, there's some aspects about them that aren't very likable, but then there's others where you're like, you know, I still like this character, even though he's a dumbass. Ace is annoying. Would bite. Yeah. I feel like that's why I've kind of been not that interested in some shows. Or some recent movies where it's like, oh, you're trying like way too hard to make the most milquetoast main character where you're supposed to like them, and their flaws are superficial and fake, and it's like, ugh. Or like you're trying too hard to be relatable to the point where it's like it's not relatable anymore, it just feels like you're venting. Like, I don't know how to explain that other than like, well, back when like Turning Red was a thing that like just came out, I did watch it, and I didn't really like it. Like, June is weird and intriguing, but not that likable as a real person. They're meant to be just characters, not people. Things on a screen. Yeah. It's more like you're just supposed to, like read the story for the story. You're not supposed to treat the characters like real people and get angry that they don't get arrested for their crimes or something. Because that's just a dumb way to enjoy things. It's kind of like when people complain that like a Fast and Furious movie has like no logic when it comes to like the car races and stuff like that, but it's like at the end of the day, it's just a movie. The car crashes and whatever are not supposed to be very realistic. They're just supposed to be cool and intriguing and raise the stakes for like whatever goes on in a Fast and Furious movie. I don't know what goes on in a Fast and Furious movie. I just know that they're like notorious for being like very actiony with like weird crazy car scenes, so it's like you can't put too much logic into fantasy. The fantasy needs its own set of logic, not the other way around. If that makes any sense. Yeah. Like in-universe rules that make you feel more interested in the fantasy world and not really like bothered by reality. Because at the end of the day, a story is supposed to be intriguing and probably teach you a little bit of a moral lesson. Or just be a showcase of what happens if you do something. I don't know. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. And I feel like too many people nowadays take fiction so seriously that they kind of like lost the plot in that it's supposed to be fun. It's a bonus feature if you actually learn something from it. Like a decent moral lesson or whatever, that's a bonus. Sometimes fiction is just meant to entertain. It ain't that deep, fam. Not everybody's trying to be an activist with their art. Some people just want to make people laugh. Or sad. With the melodrama. Tell me, if you had infinity amount of lives and all the memories, would you be sane? No. No one would. Yeah. I don't think anybody would be that sane. I have very few teen characters, despite being a teen myself, because teens are scary, and I don't like... I don't act like teens in the West. If I did, I'd be smacked. Oh boy, the American teenager. Definitely a scary creature. Yeah. As somebody who was once an American teenager, yeah, American teenagers are scary. Especially the ones that are way too comfortable yelling at adults. I'm just like, bruh, why would you do that? Is that how you talk to your parents? Like, were you, like, not scared? Like, I wouldn't even do any of that stuff to my parents, but then again, I was a weird kid, sort of. As far as I could tell, my mom said that I was, like, a very quiet child anyway. I wasn't very rambunctious. So, like, I don't understand how some of these people are that comfortable yelling at their parents. So it's like, I can understand why most stories are gonna have main characters be around that teenage age, because it is kind of a relatable stage of life sometimes. And it's a little bit easier to show character growth for a character that's about like a teenage age, because they're still in that phase of like, oh, I'm learning how to be an actual person, and it's kind of easier for that to happen. So if my teen characters don't act like teens, don't be shocked. With writing teens, there are some boundaries, and in a story where the characters are not meant to be people, it doesn't fit. It won't fit to have a realistic teen. I feel like the only setting that has realistic teens is surprisingly, like, shows not meant for teens. When you're a teenager, you're like, you're going through it, man. It's like, not only are you stupid, you're stupid and hormonal. Yeah, it's understandable, especially with like if you're making a fantasy series that's, you know, you feel like that's not gonna help with your story setting. I mean, most of my characters are around that teenage age. At least when it comes to my original stuff. So, cause like I'm very like inspired by like shonen era manga and shoujo manga too. Surprisingly. It won't fit to have realistic people at all in my story, so most of my characters are old adults, young adults, or ageless. Yeah. I feel like with my stuff, any character of any age can work there. I mean, it's probably not going to be comfortable for some people, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's not that deep. Well, that was a fun doodle and yap session. I probably need a nap. A morning nap. Well, it's afternoon now. Alright, teens how I write my other characters, so don't be shocked if you see no representation of normal teens. Yeah, I feel like that's how most shonen manga is anyway. Like, none of these characters are written like normal teenagers. Not even Twisted Wonderland characters. And that's fine, because honestly, when it comes to fiction, I'm not really into anything realistic. Or like too grounded in reality. I like the more fantastical stuff. Although I do have a friend who kind of likes more realistic takes in storytelling, but it, like, yeah. But I think he likes it more for like the mental kind of side. Like a character's mentality being kind of realistic or something. I don't remember. I just know that he prefers like fairly realistic kind of storytelling. At least in the terms of there's no happy endings or something. Fiction is meant to be an escape. Why have politics and stuff in there? Yeah. That is my approach to everything, honestly. If you read something and kind of like get some weird political aspect to it, that wasn't the main intent of most stories, honestly. Because the ones that do put their politics so blatantly in their work usually have terrible writing. I mean, you could make it make sense in the universe, but you can't shoehorn it without reason. Exactly. Yeah. Because it's like, there's a bunch of stuff out there where you could say, yeah, that's fairly political or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, there's a difference between being well-written political and borderline propaganda. That honestly reminds me of, like, something that I saw recently about a video game that's supposed to be, like, coming out that was, like, shown at some Ofcom thing, or, like, a video game conference or whatever. And it was, like, they didn't even show the actual game. They were just yapping the entire time about stuff regarding, like, immigration or whatever. And I'm just like, bruh, this is supposed to be a video game. Where's the game? It's like, it's so cringe. It's like, you can still make a video game about that topic, but, like, you're going about it in the most cringe, on the nose, bullshit kind of manner where it's like, it just turns people off and nobody actually wants to play it or give it a chance because it looks like shit. It's like, you're allowed to have your opinions and make art based on that stuff or whatever, but don't expect everybody to, like, just be, like, blown away by your magnificence just because you're like, oh, I think correct mind think or whatever. But yet your game looks like shit. And you have a shit ton of money backing you up and government funding or whatever, and it's like, it's just so cringe. It's like, you don't care about games, you just care about preaching politics or whatever, and that's so cringe. I just like the idea that to be a girl boss, you have to be strong and independent and hate all men. What happened to women just living in ways that make them happy? Yes! Oh my goodness, yes, exactly. There's, like, so many cool, badass, fictional women out there who, you know, are not, like, the modern idea of what a girl boss should be. You can still be happy with your prince and still be a girl boss. Yes, exactly. I feel like that's what most shoujo manga understands. Most shoujo manga understand what it means to be a real girl boss. And it's not just man-hating all the time. I feel like that's cringe and a big red flag when people just automatically hate the opposite gender. That's a big red flag. And the fact that it leaks into modern storytelling, especially for, like, Marvel and, like, Disney movies, it's just very cringe. It's like, you can make it work if you write better. I feel like Moana is a better example of how to make, like, a female character that doesn't really need to have a prince in the story, because you wrote a story that was, like, two people teaming up and they were, like, actually learning from each other. Like, come on. Look at Sailor Moon. Soft, feminine, sweet, and girl boss. Yeah, basically, like, the magical girl genre as a whole, pretty much. Because, like, these are, like, adorable girly girls or, like, average girls kicking butt and saving the world, but also having crushes on, like, the boy or whatever. It's like you can have that. It's not a bad thing for a girl to like a boy in a fictional story, or just have a fictional crush in general. It doesn't even have to be a boy. Like, looking at you, Velma. I'm not Starfire. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you mean. I was like, that's not how you write strong, independent female characters. That's how you make the most annoying, unrelatable, unlikable characters that nobody really cares about. Because they're just way too unlikable. Like, part of writing a good character is balancing out their likable traits and their unlikable traits. And if you lean too much into too many likable traits or too many unlikable traits, you end up with either a very boring, flat character or a very aggravating character to watch on screen because you just hate everything about them. It's just, ugh, it's a mess. And I guess that also brings up why I didn't really like Turning Red, because I felt like they were trying to make her a little bit too relatable. Or like they were really trying too hard to make something that's supposed to be relatable for like middle school girls or girls who had weird phases in middle school, and it just came off as like cringe and not as interesting. Because, like, I did give the movie a chance, even though I took one look at it, and I'm like, I don't really like how this looks. I don't think I'm gonna like it, but it's like, you know what? I'll give it a chance, because I'm not a total, like, loser, or whatever. And then I watched it, and then I'm just like, honestly, if you focused more on the mythology going on here, I think it would have been way more entertaining. The Panda Curse itself is more entertaining than whatever the actual plot of the movie was. This is why I don't like when supposed girl boss character shames girly girls in preps. Like, let people do what they want as long as it's not illegal or hurting someone or in poor taste. Yeah, exactly. I also don't like it when people think that in order for a female character to be taken seriously as like a strong character, they need to be like basically just an annoying male protagonist. It's like, if it doesn't really work for a male protagonist, it's not really gonna work for a female protagonist. Reminds me of Legend of Korra. Oh my gosh, I tried to give it a chance. I watched the first season. I thought it was okay. I tried watching the rest of the show, and I did not like it. I did not like Korra that much as a character. And from what I've... Because I would sometimes watch parts of it, and from what I could tell, she didn't really have any actual character growth. And I honestly feel like the writers shot themselves in the foot because of the fact that it was only supposed to be like a 10-episode special and not an entire show. So like they literally had to like they shot themselves in the foot by having to handicap Korra or whatever. Because, like, they already had her start off with knowing 3 out of 4 elements, and that's kind of like, well, you already don't have much of the journey. So, like, why should I care anymore? It's like, I tried. I wanted to like it, because I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. That series is actually really good, and, like, my whole family loves it. But, like, everything past the original cartoon, except for some of the comics, I don't know anything about the sequel comics or whatever, but, like, everything past, every, like, other show, spin-off, movie, TV show, after the original series has not been good. I call myself King a lot, but I don't mind things. I don't mind cute things. I love sweet, girly things. It's okay to like it. Most girls gravitate toward things like that. That's why it's called girly, because girls like it. Not all girls, but most girls. Yeah! Even some girls that are probably not the most girly of girly girls also still like girly things. Because, like, that's what I would consider myself when I was younger. Like, I wasn't really that into pretty pink princessy Barbie stuff all the time. But I still played with, like, Barbie dolls, but my favorite was, like, the Bratz dolls, because they weren't the pretty pink princess all the time kind of dolls. They were more like cool. And I thought that was cool. That's why I liked them. But it's like I would also watch like superhero cartoons sometimes. Avatar: The Last Airbender live action? Yeah, I don't like that. The funny thing about that, the first live action movie was like the first time my parents were ever disappointed in like a live action adaptation of like anything. It's like, welcome to the club. Although apparently my mom liked the Netflix live action so far, but I still haven't watched it, and I'm still not giving it a chance. Princess Daisy is how you write a cool tomboy who isn't skirt phobic. Yes, exactly. And it's like you can also have like police girl from Hellsing. Like you can have a girl like that too, where it's like, yeah, she doesn't look the most girly sometimes, because like she's in more like in a military uniform, but like she still likes men. Oh my gosh. I still remember reading Hellsing. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. She was so cool. I love Police Girl. I love Sarah's Victoria, she's cool. or Integra. Integra was also pretty badass. You can be tomboy without hating girl stuff, you know? Yeah, exactly. I don't know, when I was younger, I heard that the term for like a tomboy that was still kind of girly, or like in between the whole girly and tomboy, was tomgirl. I don't know if that's even a real word or not. I just heard that growing up in like elementary school, and it's like, oh, that feels like me. It's like, I don't like pretty pink princess all the time, but I still like dolls, but I also like playing in the mud. And like boy shows. Yeah. Because like I remember Incredibles was like one of my favorite movies growing up, and that was like a superhero movie too, so it's like I had a wide range of interests. But it's like I still liked the girly things too, like mermaids and fairies and all that stuff. It's just I didn't really like the overabundance of pink. Of like, pink is girly. But like I'd still wear like cute things and all that stuff. I have a character who hates girly things, but she more so hates it on herself, not on other girls. Reason is bad memories. She looks at girly girls and thinks good for them. Now that's an interesting character. With reason. I feel like that's also how some people in general feel too. Sometimes. It's like I was never a fan of stereotypically girly, but I still liked girly stuff. It's like I didn't like stereotypical pink pretty Barbies, but like I still liked dolls that were girly and cool and cutesy and fashiony. Like I really liked Monster High too, that's for sure. And like anime in general, I feel like always had kind of more of what I was looking for in comparison to like whatever books or comic books existed when I was growing up. Because it felt very different from how like the stuff that I was kind of growing up with was. If that makes any sense. But oh boy. I really need to end this now. I have stuff to do. I can't be putting off my chores. I gotta clean. But yeah, good talk, good yap session, good drawing session. Really productive today. I will see you Tuesday. At the usual. I kind of want to do a tier list thing Tuesday. Honestly, Barbie's a girl boss too. She's girly and that's good for her. Yeah. Respect to Barbie. Bye-bye. We will meet again Tuesday. And hopefully, I'll know what I'm doing Tuesday. Hopefully Ortho's card has clearer reference images, because I might just draw him. Anyways, bye-bye! Enjoy the rest